Hi guys, welcome to another tutorial on IT Dog Tutorials. I am Josef Botnar. In this video tutorial I'm going to show you how to work with multiple forms or with multiple documents. Actually, how to create a Mdi project. Mdi stands for a multiple document interface. That means a Mdi project is able to manipulate and to open multiple forms of your project, in opposite to SDI project, which stands for single document interface, when your project will be able to manipulate only one document or only one form. So I'm going to use the same project what I have done in previous tutorial. Then I showed you how you can add multiple forms to your project. Please, if you don't know how to add multiple forms to a Windows Form project, you might need to watch that video tutorial in order to understand this video tutorial, because I'm going to use that project in this video tutorial. So up to you. So let's start the goal of this video tutorial. I'm going to use the main form. In a previous tutorial I had, as I told you, multiple forms to my project, and all the forms I put inside this folder, my forms. So let's extend this, and I consider the main form this add forms. So let's open this. Here you go, and I'm going to add a few buttons. So actually I want the buttons to be used to open these forms which was added inside this form. This my forms folder. So I mean blue, green and red. So I have to add 3 buttons for each of these forms: blue, green and red. So let's do so. Double click on button. Here you go. The button is already on my form. So I'm going to place it here somewhere. Let's make it bigger. All right. Properties, and here let's write a name. So red. So this button is going to open the red form. Yeah. So, and I'm going to change as well the name which I'm going to use inside the code. I'm going to change it now because it's easier than later. BTN red. Okay. Now let's copy and paste this twice. Here you go. All right. This one will open the green. So I'm going to change the name to green. Yeah, and here the name used inside the code, BTN green. Here you go, and this one will open the blue form. So I'm going to change here the name, BTN blue, and the text which appears on the button to blue. Here you go. All right. Now I'm going to give a double click on red button, and this taken me inside this method with this event click. What I want to show you first is, because I want this button to be able to open the red form, I'm gonna go to red form, and I'm gonna to release the file attached to this form. And as you can see, as I told you, each form is part of a class. Usually, for simplicity, the class has the same name as the form. Even this is not a mandatory. Yeah, is not a must. Just for simplicity, I use the same name. And I can use the name of the class which is attached to the form, in this case to this red form, in my code, in my add forms file, which is the code attached to the main form, yeah, to this form where I placed these buttons, yeah, and I can use that class inside this method. So red, and as you can see here now in IntelliSense, you can notice so the form red actually is attached to this class, yeah, red, and that means I can create a object, an instance. I'm going to name it red, but I'm going to use for the first letter lowercase, yeah, to make a difference between class and object, and the keyword new, and again the class, and parentheses, and semicolon. Here you go. In this moment I've got a object named red. This object can access a lot of properties and methods. One of these is show method, parentheses, which if I go back, there is going to be displayed an explanation by Visual Studio. So this method show will display the control to the user. So this method is used to display multiple forms. Yeah, here you go. Now let's release the app. Oh, here you go. I forgot that I changed the startup form in a previous tutorial. As you have seen, it was launched this form, red, yeah, because this is the startup form in my project. But I don't want this form to be the startup form of my project. I want this form where I place these buttons, I mean this main form, to be the startup form of my project. So how I can change this? So go inside the program file, yeah, because here is the main method, static void main method, which is the main entrance point for each Visual C# app. And here where is this class application with the run method, you will write inside the parentheses the name of your form, but your form has attached a class. And if I remember well, my class attached to this form doesn't have the same name as the file in which is placed. So let me to check this. Alright, so I have to use this name, add multiple forms. So I'm gonna to copy and paste it here. Here we go. Alright, now let's release this application. It should work. Yeah, it worked. So now the main form was launched. Yeah. So in this way you can change the startup form of your project. I'm gonna to give a click on red button, and here you go. You can see how the red form was launched. Yeah, you can launch as many forms, as many red forms as you want. Yeah, so let's close it. Let's go and make the code for another two buttons, for the green and blue buttons. So I'm gonna go back here on the form, double click on green button, and here you are going to use the green class, which is attached to a green form. I'm going to create a green object as well, semicolon. I'm going to use the green object to access this show method, to be able to open this form green. The same thing I'm going to do for the blue form. So I'm going to use the blue class. I'm going to create a blue object. Yeah. And here I'm going to use the blue object to open the blue form. Alright, parentheses, semicolon. Now let's release this up. I'm going to give a click on these buttons. The red form was opened, the green form was open, the blue, so it works. So as you can see, using the show method, I can open as many forms I want, and I can work on which form I want. So I can bring in the front, as you can see, the form on what I want to work. Yeah. So this is the project which is able to manipulate multiple documents. Okay. All right. But you should know there is a method which doesn't allow us to manipulate multiple forms, which allows us to manipulate a single form. So that method is the show dialog method. So I'm gonna here to write dialog. Yeah, I'm gonna to release again this up, and now I'm gonna to give a click on green button. Now as you can see, I can work on each form, any form, doesn't matter. Yeah, blue as well. Yeah, I can put them down on the taskbar if I want. I can them launch from the taskbar which one I want. I can close them if I want. Let me to open them again. Yeah, and now I'm gonna to release the red form, and if you remember, I use for this form this method show dialog, and let's see what is gonna to happen. All right, good. So now red. Okay, so here is the red form finally. So now let's see if I can work with other forms, or if I can bring in the front other forms. I can't, you see, I can't anymore. I can work just with the red form. If I put down the red form, as you noticed, all the forms will go down on taskbar, because now my application will allow me to manipulate just one form, just a single form. Yeah. If I close this form, now I can use again to launch the other forms. If I open again red, as you can see, I can work on red. So I can manipulate and work just with a single document. So that was the object of this tutorial, to show you how to can open multiple document. in the opposite to work with a single form or with single document. Thank you for watching this video tutorial. I'm waiting for you to watch my other video tutorial. See you next time. Bye bye.